Since I was like a little preschooler, I was having panic attacks. Every morning, panic attacks. My palms would start sweating. My heart was racing. And so then it would snowball, and then I'd hit the wall, and I would just like, almost like a tranquilizer. So tiring. And then freshman year, the depression and panic disorder both came back together. It was as bad as it's ever been. The biggest struggle, the biggest part of the day, was getting out of bed. Just looking in the mirror at yourself is stunning because you're thinking, who are you? Like, what is this person? And it was like I wasn't based in reality. Like, I just wasn't there. You know, I ended up pretty much alone for a while there. People always ask what changed, and I think it took a long time, but I just struck the right balance. And Samaritans is definitely part of my routine now. You know, when a Samaritan answers, "Hi Samaritans, how can I help you?" So it's always that underlying kindness. It's always there. A lot of things are going through your head when you're suicidal. Like, no one's gonna care if I leave. Maybe they'll be happier. Maybe it'll prove to them I really was serious. Every single Samaritan cares about every single person that calls. That's it. We all care. Everyone's in this together. That's what Samaritans is.
Oh gosh. I lived in this world where I thought that if you were a good person and you did good things, that your life would be good. My whole worldview was just altered. So Kelly came in the first year, and I did the first part of the presentation, and it was so hard. They walked into the room and there was a big picture up of my brother, and I said, "This is my brother Grant. He died, 5 years ago." And, I told them his story. My brother Grant was a character. He was drop dead gorgeous, really popular, very athletic. He had a little bit of a temper. He definitely had a problem with alcohol. He was incapable of coping with the hard things that he was dealing with at that point in his life. I think this is felt by a lot of 18-year-olds, particularly males, is just the unsure of how to transition from, being an emotional, immature boy to being, a self-reliant, coping man. It was his girlfriend's birthday. He got very drunk and was, I guess, just being very belligerent with her, and she drove him home. He got out of the car and said, "This is the last time you're going to see me alive." And he went into my parents' porch and hung himself. And my father found him the next morning. He was just a teenager going through teenager stuff, and he just, unfortunately, did not know how to help himself, and he didn't know how to ask for help. Every year now, we do the presentation for the 9th grade. I said, the reason I'm in front of you is because I want you to know that this is a very real thing. I want you to know how to take care of yourself and how to take care of each other. I want you to be able to know when your friends are sad or when you're sad. We need to talk about it. We need to be open about it. We need to talk to our children about it. We need to talk to our friends about it. We need to talk to our family about it. We need to not be afraid of talking about it. We need to ask our friends and our loved ones how they're doing and really want to know and really be okay with the answer.
It was kind of a reality check when we lost my uncle, that things were never going to be the same, that we'd grown up and that the real world was here, and it wasn't a very nice place. the suicide rate in the military has been going the wrong way for a long time. So I wanted to show people that that it was okay to get the help, that, you know, there shouldn't be a stigma or shame if you're depressed, if you're down, that you should get the help you need. And I thought, what better way than doing the marathon? And I mean, everything I'm doing with the marathon has a symbol to it. The uniforms for the services, the backpacks for the weight of the world that you might feel. The marathon itself is that long road of life that you have all those ups and downs, and just the people on the sidelines cheering from it. Kind of what the Samaritans are, is that little voice that tells you you can do it, you can keep going, no matter how hard it seems. The last time I saw my dad, he gave me a hug when I was getting ready to go back to Kuwait. He said, "I love you, be safe." And then February 9th, 2 days before his birthday, they had told me that my dad had hung himself. And they said he was on life support. And I just remember getting to that hospital. And I had done all my crying on the phone, over the phone with my mom. And I went from a 32-year-old man to a baby as soon as I heard my mom's voice. And I knew that my father was gone. It was like someone tore a hole in my heart. All the problems that he might have had, they just got switched to us. It's like a bad dream sometimes. I'm big on the Samaritans now. I teach to middle school kids, and we talked about bullying, and we talked about decision making and how to deal with things. And one of the first things I did is I gave them the Samaritans help number. I said, listen, if you ever feel like you're getting picked on, you feel like you're not worth anything, call this number. There's people there that they want to listen, they want to help you.
Kindness is important because you never know how it's going to impact someone. The way that someone says hi, I'm wondering how you're doing. How's your day been? Tell me a story. It can do everything for someone.
You can't understand what it's like until you've been through it, and I would love for no one to ever have to know what I'm talking about. I would love for to be the last person that understands what it feels like.
I'm able to march on is because of my dad. He taught me how to be my own person. He taught me everything about bullies, about women, and just everything that I am today is because of my dad and my mom. And I just know that he wouldn't want us to just sit down, be quiet and wilt, or sit in a corner and feel bad for ourselves, that he'd want us to do something more.
One bit of kindness can spread.